Hi everyone, this is Abhinav from PhoneBunch and today we are doing the full review of the Xiaomi Mi 4i. Now it comes with a Snapdragon 615 octa-core processor with 4 Cortex A53 cores clocked at 1.7 GHz and 4 Cortex A53 cores clocked at 1 GHz. And you can see we are running the latest update from Xiaomi 6.5.5.0, which is supposed to cure all the heating issues of this device. Now yes, right off the start I can tell you that this phone doesn't heat up as much, but this update has caused different issues relating to performance on this device. We'll talk about that in depth later on. So you get 2 gigs of RAM on the device, 16 gigs of storage, a 5-inch Full HD IPS display, Corning Gorilla Glass protection, you have a 13 megapixel rear, a 5 megapixel front facing camera, and MIUI 6.5.5.0 running on the device. You also have a 3120 mAh battery, which is non-removable. Now let's have a look around the device first. So you have your volume rocker and power button on the right. They're a bit sharp at the ends there, but have good tactile response and offer good travel as well. They feel clicky, responsive as well. At the top you have the audio jack. On the left you have the dual SIM card slots. You cannot expand storage. Both SIM cards, however, support 4G LTE networks, primary microphone, micro USB data syncing and charging port, and I would really like for Xiaomi to change the design of the micro USB port. You really don't know how to insert the cable there. You have a 13 megapixel camera, dual tone LED flash, noise cancellation mic over there, Mi branding at the bottom along with the speakerphone, which is actually quite loud. The back is flat, it has a matte finish, quite compact for a device with a 5-inch display. Now it's about 7.8 mm thick and weighs in at around 130 grams. The back is non-removable. At the top you have a 5 megapixel camera, proximity light sensors along with the notification LED and mirroring earpiece. You can see the notification LED right there. It is multicolor, so you can set the color differently for different apps as well. And you have capacitive buttons just below the display. They do light up. The backlight is a bit weak, but they're still visible in the dark. Now the display here is really gorgeous, excellent color reproduction. It goes really bright when outdoors. It goes really dark if you want it at night as well. You have a 5-inch Full HD IPS display that's 1080p with full lamination, Corning Gorilla Glass protection. Moreover, you can tweak the settings of this display to change the color temperatures or even saturation based on your own liking. There's a cool new feature available over here. It's called Sunlight Display. So it actually brightens up the content that you're watching on the display or reading on your display when you go outside in the sun. It really works quite well. Sunlight legibility here is pretty good. Now call quality wasn't a major issue on this device, nor was network retention. I was able to get good reception even in areas where I shouldn't have got. 3G download speeds are also good, but I did have a few dropped calls now and then, even with good network connectivity. You do have Wi-Fi hotspot, Bluetooth as well as USB tethering available, and all of these do work fine as well. You don't have NFC available on the device. GPS is also available, and due to a magnetic field sensor, it works out quite well in navigation. So you have a 13 megapixel rear camera with a Sony or Samsung sensor. You have the default MIUI camera app. You can adjust exposure here as well. You have a manual mode available too. I'll talk about that in a short while. Now images did turn out quite well over here. You can see several filters are also available. Moreover, this camera is able to focus in quickly, but sometimes the camera app just freezes up and doesn't capture any photos. This happens with other apps after the 6.5.5.0 MIUI update as well. But apart from that, images as well as videos do turn out crisp. The front-facing 5 megapixel camera also takes very good images. You can see the manual mode, you can control white balance, focus, exposure. ISO can also be controlled. Now this was taken with the front facing camera and you can see it looks pretty neat. Not a lot of noise there. Now here are some of the image samples. Good colors here. Now Xiaomi has toned down their color saturation levels it seems, but images still turn out very good. They are sharp. Colors do seem more natural this time around. They really pop as well. You can see in these 100% crop images. Now here on the left we have a normal mode, on the right HDR. The HDR mode image looks more lively. This is a distant shot. Again, lots of detail captured over here. The camera is one of the best features of the Mi 4i along with its display. Now coming to low light imaging, you can see a lot of noise over here. But the flash actually does help quite a lot. You can see on the left without, on the right with flash, natural colors without much noise. So the flash is quite effective over short distances. Talking about music playback, both through the earpiece as well as the speakerphone, music quality is very good. It is quite loud, you have an equalizer built in as well. The speakerphone could have been slightly louder, it's definitely not as loud as the Redmi 2, but isn't tinny and does have a hint of bass in it as well. FM radio is also supported. Moreover, you have FM recording built in as well, it records in stereo quality. Now I'm playing a 1080p video right here, video playback is smooth. This is an MKV video file. You can play MKV, AVI, 3GP, MP4 and various other formats natively. You can increase or decrease volume, brightness or even seek tracks in the default MIUI video player. Now this is a 1080p video over YouTube. Streaming video also works quite fine. Moreover, the display has excellent color reproduction, great viewing angles which definitely make video playback more immersive. The sound definitely does get muffled when you put the phone flat on its back, but still quite audible. Now the Mi 4i is the first Mi smartphone which is running Android Lollipop right out of the box. But you won't actually know that. MIUI is such a huge customization over Android that there's literally nothing which looks like Lollipop on this device. There are some neat features in MIUI which you already might know about. You can group together apps, move them around, uninstall them together as well. Now MIUI 6 on the Xiaomi Mi 4i is missing a few core animations like uninstalling an app. You used to see that firework, explosion, something which is not available over here anymore. Moreover, after the new update, even in performance mode, animations have become more stuttery. They do lack the finesse and smoothness that we saw earlier. And you can see right here, we still are running Lollipop on the device. It's 5.0.2 and the storage is again a major concern. You have about 11 gigs available right out of the box and it shrinks very quickly if you install larger games, apps or even updates. USB OTG is supported and you can see it does work quite fine. Videos again play flawlessly on the device. Now there is a lot of free RAM available on the device even if we have several apps open in the background. So at present we have about 600 MB odd. Another neat feature is the one-handed UI mode. Just swipe from the home button to either of the sides. But on this small display you really don't need it that much. Now, customization is built at the core of MIUI. You have several thousands of themes available. You can go ahead and customize lock screen, fonts, everything that you can actually think of. Now, before the new update, web browsing was smooth as silk. But then again, even during web browsing, this phone used to heat up above 45 degrees. Now, web browsing has become quite stuttery. Images as well as text render very slowly. And I am using the latest updated Chrome browser on this device. So you can see right here, quite a lot of delay in the images and text being loaded. Pinch to zoom also becomes stuttery if you are browsing several websites at the same time. The pages just simply disappear and that shouldn't happen when you have lots of free RAM available. Now I didn't just test out PhoneBunch.com, I tried several other websites and it happened with all of them. And you can see how long it takes to launch apps. YouTube takes about 5 to 10 seconds to actually come up. You can see it right here, even though it was running in the background. Now this was in balance mode. So if we say that we should switch to performance mode and let's open this app again. I'll just kill all of these tasks again to show you. And here you see still it takes quite a lot of time to open up apps. And it's not just the YouTube app that takes time. Even the default music player takes such a long time to open up. So usability has definitely gone down with the new update, even though this phone doesn't heat up that much now. The phone completely freezes up when you try to open apps that you were previously using. This happens in the browser quite often. And even after such a long time of usage, I've been using this for continuously about half an hour, more than half an hour actually. And the phone doesn't heat up. So yes, heating issues are somewhat resolved. Even in gaming, I did notice that this phone didn't heat up that much, but the frame rate did decrease quite a lot in some of the games, especially when I was playing for more than 10 or 20 minutes. So this brings us to the end of this review. The Xiaomi Mi 4i was a very interesting device launched at Rs 13,000. Excellent specs to boot, but the one thing from the start that I didn't like was the non-expandability of the storage. Then came the heating issues of the device. Now, even after 2 updates to fix these issues, yes, the heating issue has finally been fixed to an extent, but the performance on the device has really gone down after that. Apps open up slowly, the camera crashes far too often, the browser freezes up quite a lot as well, and the general UI has become very laggy. You can see that right here, even in performance mode as we are running right now. So to curtail the heating issues, the processor has been throttled to a great extent. Based on temperature that the phone reaches, everything is turned down, and that affects general usability as well. Battery life is pretty good on the device. You would be able to get through a day with moderate usage, but if you are a power user, you like to watch videos and play some games as well, you would have to charge this phone in the evening. So should you get the Mi 4i? If you would have asked me 2 weeks back, I would have said a straight no due to the heating issues, but at least those are resolved now. But even today, I am not going to recommend this phone to you. For me, usability ranks at the top for any smartphone. Although it doesn't heat up anymore, does freeze up quite a lot doing general tasks, opening up different apps, web browsing, which is at the core of any smartphone. Now the Zenfone 2 might not be as compact as the Mi 4i, but it does have better performance, at least in everyday usage now. And that's my 2 cents about the Xiaomi Mi 4i. Do tell us how you feel about the Mi 4i in the comment section. Like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it. Do tell us what you didn't like about this video. If you have any questions, just mention them in the comment section. Thanks for watching this video, and as always, have a great day.